It's just funny that our people see the conditions that we're in, and they love being blind. They love being slaves. It's like that's all they know. Give me Joshua 1 and 8. Joshua 1 and 8. Get Joshua 1 and 8. The Bible tells us to study to show ourselves approved. How the hell is a church on every corner and Negroes don't know basic scripture? I don't get it. Joshua 1 and 8. You got Joshua 1 and 8?
Oh, your brother got it.
Yeah, come. Look at Joshua 1 and 8.
I got it. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
It says what?
This book of the law.
This book of the law. In any government that's on this planet, there's laws. If I were to drive down this road 100 miles an hour and not stop, them cops would be right on it. Why? Because I'm breaking the laws. Our brothers and sisters out here on the Sabbath, doing whatever they want to do, breaking the law. We have a responsibility, not only to ourselves, our community, but we have a responsibility to the Most High, and it's to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we're so broken. Our families are so destroyed. We got still got drugs in our community.
Right.
It's because we live a deplorable lifestyle.
Right.
It's void of the law. Read that again.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
This book of the law should not depart out of our mouth. That means that we should be in this book. All right, I'm having a problem with X, Y, and Z. Where should I go? Read that again.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So it should not depart out of your mouth. So you should not be looking elsewhere for answers. So that's our people. That's our people. You have us all over the place, and the other nations see that we're not gelling together. We're not coming together. So they take advantage.
Yeah, that's how they got us what we got. Absolutely.
And it's so sickening that 2018.
Right.
Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, constantly, Most High is constantly leaving these little breadcrumbs for us to pick up, and we still don't pick it up.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, read that out.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the book of excellent. Book of commandments of the Most High. Continue.
And the law that endureth forever.
So the law does not change. It's still here. Them pork chop eating pastors always saying that the law is done away with. The reason why they say that, because that's how they build their congregation. That's why you can have sodomites in your church. You understand? Not to say you can't, they shouldn't be able to come in, but there should be a change process. There's no allowance for change.
But not to interrupt you, brother, but even in the churches, they hide scriptures too. They don't spread the truth.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we stuck in our ways.
But here it is. Give me Malachi 2 and 7. And now, the book tells us how our pastors are supposed to be.
That's why he said repent.
That's right, yeah. We're constantly...
When you find out, when you find God, because we come in this world, we lost.
Done.
And when we find that truth, we say repent, turn from their wicked ways.
Done.
Absolutely. You can't change the other people. You can lead them and tell them, but you got to change yourself. You got to make sure you right.
Done.
I mean, you got to be an example.
Done.
You can't be stuck in your ways. You gotta be willing to stand what you believe in.
Done, but it requires. Let me get Malachi 2.
Because what he just said, get that.
Yeah, you go get it. You can figure that after. Go ahead, bro.
Change ain't always easy.
No, it's not. It's a process, but you have to put the effort forth.
That's why
our people put no effort.
What you basically said, It's happening now. How we lust for material, how we lust for BS, right?
Absolutely.
Like, how we lust for everything else. It's only like 4 or 5 people standing here.
You see?
100,000.
You see?
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna bring out some other scriptures to show you why the Most High is beating the hell out of us.
Yeah, I meant to
The
get
Most High beats us because we are disrespectful. Just like any father, you have a child that's disrespectful, he's gonna put that belt on that backside. And black people deserve it.
Absolutely.
We deserve what we get.
Out of all every nation and race, we the Catholics.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips.
For who?
The priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Should keep knowledge. That's what your pastor should be having. Knowledge. Continue.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
Seek the what?
The law.
The law.
At his mouth.
Why you go to Creflo Dollar, T.G. Jakes? They never say nothing about the law.
But they got lead jets.
Oh, because they know that they know that their people that come to their congregation are required to keep laws, but they have the law of tithing.
Yeah.
Why does all these churches allow tithing, which is a law, but every other law is done away with?
Crazy. Sound like, man, he's talking that word.
It's crazy.
He's talking that word, bro.
Read that again.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So you should be able to go to your pastor, a priest, and say, look, I'm going through this problem. Continue.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
And they should be able to come and seek the law out of his mouth. Not what he has to say, but what the law has to say. Go ahead, brother.
But people can teach you the word, but it's up for the person to eat it.
No, you're right.
Because people, we could be here listening to you,
Right.
and then not eat what you're giving us.
Right.
Go do something else. You gotta be able to take that in.
Go on, give
That's
me.
right.
I mean, what's that word? Because in the beginning, that's why I said in the beginning was the word, and the word was God.
We want to know what's going on.
The word is life.
The word is life. That's
I
right.
know what's going on.
That's right.
You know where we come from. You know what's up. When we go back across that water,
Yeah. So we're gonna give you another scripture, and this is what our people do.
I also want to give you one what he said about my people. All right. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Most High with all thy heart,
You're supposed to trust in the Most High with all your heart. Continue.
and lean not unto thy own understanding.
And that's our problem. Our people go to church and the pastor don't teach them anything. So now they freestyle for the rest of the 6 other days. Sweating.
dancing.
They do everything that's unlawful and pork. They will leave the church and go eat pork right after church on a Sunday, which is not the Most High's day. So what do you think the Father's going to do to a disrespectful, disobedient child? What's wrong with pork?
In the Old Testament, he said it wasn't no good, but in the New Testament,
No.
he said all things clean.
No. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. But that's not referring to pork. That's not referring to food.
He said
Yes.
everything in the New Testament, he said all things is clean.
Right, but he's not. He's not referring to food.
That's Acts.
He's talking about Acts. He's talking about pork. He's talking about pork.
That's not
That has nothing to do with food. We can go into breakdown of that. That's gonna take a while.
But
Bro, I'm trying my best. I'm gonna lay off that. That's the only thing, man. Like,
gotta
I gotta work on that.
The children of Israel, even when Moses led them out of Egypt, and generations later came, Israel rebelled. They forgot where they came from. They never even asked who was the God that led us out of Egypt. They was in a wicked way.
But because we were wicked, because Israel was wicked back then,
Go to Isaiah.
they're wicked today. There's nothing changed.
Go to Isaiah 1:2.
Wait. We're going to stay on this path, and we're going to remember that scripture and come back. No disrespect, brother.
We know Isaiah 1:2.
You know what
my
Isaiah
voice. I got to because I have my voice.
No. Remember that scripture. We're going to come back to that.
I know.
You got it? Okay.
What you want?
I want to go to Isaiah 13. Actually, this is the class, and we implore you brothers to come to the school. If y'all want to hear some deep meaning of scripture, you got the flyer. The doors are open for y'all. The doors are open.
We got history books.
We got history books. We get the deep classes. We got the elders that bring out that truth.
That's right.
I'm out here. As soon as I saw y'all, I stopped. I know what it is.
All right.
Most High had you stop.
We'll see you in class.
I can show you that too in the scripture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Show me
y'all
that.
gotta stop.
I want all of it.
Isaiah 66:15.
I want all of it.
Isaiah 66:15. We'll start on that one first. Then we're going to go
When your
into...
brothers finish too, I have a question.
Come on. Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Most High will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Before we continue, we have to come to understanding that the laws are not done away with. Once we have that establishment, continue.
Okay. It says, with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
With a fire and chariots. So you seeing a vision of the Most High. Imagine seeing fire and chariots in the sky, which were known as, we call them UFOs. You see that in the sky, you know something's about to jump off, right? Continue.
To render his anger.
To render his what?
His anger.
The Most High is mad as hell.
Babylon, right?
No.
Ooh, brother.
This is Isaiah.
No. I was asking.
He's mad at He's mad at his people.
Right.
I got you, bro.
Continue.
Right. To render his anger with fury.
Fury. He's mad, just like a bad father. He busts in the house. Where the hell they are?
Exactly.
This is what we talking about. Continue.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
So his flames of fire. His eyes is red, mad. Continue.
For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh.
He's gonna plead with all. Plead doesn't mean like I'm begging. Plead means I'm about to put this on you. Continue.
And the slain of the Most High shall be many.
Slain of the who?
Of the Most High shall be many.
The Most High is going to do what?
Shall be many.
The slain. Most High come back to kill. But listen to who he's going to kill. But listen to who he's going to kill and why he's going to kill him. Continue.
All right, verse 17. That they signify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine flesh.
Eating what?
Swine flesh.
Eating swine's flesh. Most High coming to kill because you like the pork chop, because you like the bacon, you like the hog maw. Most High coming to kill.
That's what it says.
Continue.
All right.
All that. That's good.
That hot sauce ain't gonna get away with. You ain't gonna get with the little hot sauce.
And the abomination and the mouth shall be consumed together with the Most High.
So whatever you were eating, that's gonna burn up with you while you eating it.
All right.
I'm done today.
Continue.
18?
Yes.
Verse 18. For I know their works and their thoughts, it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
So he's letting you know that he's king over everything.
Right.
Absolutely.
I run this. That's what he's saying. I don't want you eating pork. That's
right.
it. That's what he's saying.
Right.
That's in the conversation.
Right.
So when these pastors tell you, oh, Paul said that you can eat pork,
right.
He was a liar.
Right, he's lying.
And I feel ashamed because I noticed and that shit, you know what I mean? I've just been dwelling in.
You show, I appreciate you brothers coming up.
We all fall short in the glory of God.
God, that's what I'm saying.
We can't go through what Christ went through. I mean, we can't walk in and shoot. We can try. We can put our effort in. That's why Paul said, we got to kill the flesh.
Right.
But we got to die daily.
All right. The part about the shrine. What happens? What happens? You can't hear. You can't hear the word. Or you can't. The word won't get in you because you defouling your house.
Sure.
The Most High developed this body to be the temple. In fact, your temple is the strongest temple out of all the nations.
It's not even cool.
We can go to that.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
He's got a dietary law, right?
Yeah, we got that. We gonna
You have these creatures are needed to clean the sea. Sharks and everything, they clean, they sanitize the
Ocean.
Right. So when you take this here and you eat it, you're eating the swine. Just like you eat the pig. So now you defiling the temple, and he don't dwell nowhere.
We're defiled temple.
So this is the purpose why he say stay away from it.
I'm gonna give you something else. Somebody give me First Maccabees 3.
I got Matthew 10:30.
Oh yeah, read that. Read that. Now, before you read that,
you know what's the main thing, Prince? You know what's the main thing is you right now. right? Because the reason why they're killing you and not me is because you're the strength.
Right.
I used to be the strength, but the Most High preserved me for what I'm doing now.
Right.
So now you the strength.
Right.
They know that. Now listen to this part. Always remember that listening and hearing is two different things. Right? Even your ear, if you really examine it, is shaped like a what? Question. Look at the inside of your ear, how it's shaped like. That means anybody can get up here and start talking. You understand? You can learn something and start talking about it. But how you really understand is through silence. I dare you to do this tonight. We got too many extractions, right? Distractions. Do this tonight. Don't don't smoke shit. Don't turn on the TV. Don't turn on the radio. Just listen to you. You can only do that for a few minutes because now you're disturbed with you. See, we still have our conscience working for us. That conscience is your heavenly part. That's the part that you listen to. That's the part that wants you to get on the good foot and do right. So what's important now at this moment is that you listen to this word. Because the Most High have ordained these brothers.
Can I ask you a question?
When I finish, the Most High have ordained these brothers to tell you this. Now check this out. We was out there in the world. We know just how you feel. It wasn't us that decided we want to do the Most High work. He chose us. And being that He's chose us, we ain't got no other choice but to do what He say. Because if we don't, He will refund our misery back more than it was before. There will be 7 more demons worse than what we left. You see? So it ain't that, oh, I want to be, because He chose us to do it. So you brothers, believe it or not, out of this entire community, you brothers decide to stop right here. Everything is already preordained.
That's right.
Your moves was already planned out.
That's right.
The only thing about that is that you have the decision. He didn't make us animals. You can either hear it or don't hear it. You choose to hear it. You know the angels are rejoicing because there's a chance that your soul might be saved.
That's right.
That's why He allowed Satan to come in the garden. Because he ain't want robots.
Satan, man.
He ain't want
Later for Satan. We talking about the Most High right now. We give Satan too much credit. Later for Satan.
Jeremiah 23.
No, you don't got to read it.
When you learning the word, don't think about Satan. Because that's his way of interfering.
And I had to bring that up. And I think that he was definitely a puppet for the synagogue.
You ain't got been sharp.
You know, our Father divided the nations and He tried to bring them together. So I just wanted to know if I was wrong on feeling the way I felt.
No, because He taught everything that was adverse than Scripture. He taught everything that was not in the guidelines of the Most High.
And I also heard that he denied.
I'm gonna answer a question right next.
I also heard that he denied the Son at the age of 13 to one of his.
I would doubt it. He's a puppet.
Exactly.
He was a puppet.
So I just ain't want to feel like I was. Because, you know, this is put here to manipulate us like you saying, bro. Sometimes they use our brothers to do that.
Give me
and they gain followers off that. So I want to know.
Give me Isaiah 28:9.
Always something.
We're going to go through Isaiah 28:9 because it gives us an understanding, a foundation. Our people don't have that foundation. I'm going to answer your question right after. But I just want this to come out. Because a lot of our brothers, they get into comedic, this and that, and they, you know that the sun is 63 million miles away, you God body, and they get into everything else, but except the ease, the minutia, the simple. Most ideas with simplicity first, so you get understanding. How are you going to understand the greater things of the world when you can't understand the basic things?
You got to understand the scientific.
Read that up.
Isaiah 28, verse 9. Whom shall He teach knowledge?
He said, whom shall He teach knowledge? So this is the question. Whom is He going to teach knowledge? Continue.
And whom shall He make to understand doctrine?
Who shall He what?
Make to understand doctrine.
Make understand. So their brothers out here, sisters, they ain't never going to get it. That's what that scripture's saying. Those brothers are not going to get it. They off to the side. He's dealing with certain people. That's the reason why when y'all walked up here, it's in your spirit. Most High commanded you to come here to listen for a purpose, for a reason. Continue.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Them that are weaned from milk. Babies are weaned from milk. They can't eat meat. You give a baby a meat, you may have the best of intentions of giving meat to a baby because you want the baby to stop crying, but that baby ends up choking and dying. Because the baby is not designed to digest that meat yet. Continue.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So that in another terminology is that brothers and sisters that come up here who don't have the knowledge, and that's why I gotta commend you, brothers. You come up here and you're listening. That's the biggest thing. That's what the elder was talking about. It's about listening to get understanding. Continue.
For precept must be upon precept.
So precept must be upon precept. We had a Christian come up here who jacked up every scripture he brought up because there was no connection to where he was going. All he wanted to do is, we told him, we were about to tell him he's the greatest people on the planet. You are a Hebrew Israelite. We were about to tell him that, and he denied all that. Willfully, he wanted not to be an Israelite. He said, I'm a Gentile right away, and pissed off the brother here. Because he came with a message, we came with a message letting him know that you are the greatest people on the planet, the chosen of the Most High. And you willfully turned your back on the Most High. So what can you do with the brother at that point? There's nothing you can do but let them walk, and that's what he told him. He said, continue, walk on. Oh, continue, I'm sorry.
Precept upon precept, line upon line.
So precept upon precept. You might find something in Revelations linking up with something in Ezekiel. Something with in Malachi that's linking up with something in Jeremiah. Right. You understand? There's scriptures all over the place, but Most High did that for a purpose. Continue.
Line upon line.
Line upon line.
Here a little and there a little.
Here a little, there a little. So the scriptures are there for you to link up. Because 2 Timothy 2:15 says to study to show yourself approved. So you have to do studying to get understanding.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
That's what I was about to ask for. Yeah, go ahead. Continue with that one.
With the first one?
Yeah, you're 28 and 10? 28 and 11?
For with stammering lips.
For with stammering lips, continue.
And another tongue.
And another tongue.
Will he speak to his people, this people.
So he's going to speak to his people. So this has been written way before this is in the concept of the mind of the Most High. You understand? We weren't speaking English back in we were speaking Hebrew back then.
Exactly.
You understand? So those stammering lips is referring to our people now. He's pleading to his people, come home.
Right.
It was translated in like what, 1602 to 1611, right? What?
1611, yeah, between that time frame. Right.
Yeah. 47 scholars.
But 47, go ahead. Yeah, you can read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Now, this scripture is telling us how we are better. We've been always taught that we're always beneath all these other nations.
Because they stole all everything.
Exactly.
Because he's disobedient.
But see, once you come back to understanding the scripture, then everything starts to make sense. Read that, huh?
For thou art an holy people.
Thou art holy. Holy meaning separate. You're not supposed to be dealing with these other nations. These other nations can't offer you diddly. They have nothing to offer you. You have salvation. You understand? They don't. That's why they're mad as hell.
That's why they gave the world.